Okay, so this is a video on trailer loading for life. I'm going to show with my mare. She's 29 years old. She's been all over the country with me, and she is a fantastic trailer loader. So I'm just going to show sort of the ideal. Hopefully she doesn't make a liar out of me. She has not been trailered since she moved here to this property about 4 years ago. So we'll see. But usually if they're good with trailering, they're good for life. So I've got my treats, bag of carrots, I've got a short whip, and I've got my longish lead rope. Those are the tools you need to prepare. So then the first thing I'm looking at is what is the energy level and where is the horse's focus, even this far from the trailer before I even open it. So she's definitely calm. She's kind of focused on this bag of carrots, but she's focused on me. She's not worried about the trailer. If at this point the horse was already negatively anticipating the trailer, then this is the distance at which I might begin trailer loading, or even farther back for some horses. So what I'm looking for is the posture of the rest and digest nervous system. Long neck, calm energy, ears, which tell you where the eyes are looking, right? So even though her head turned that way, her ears are telling me that she's still connected. She's kind of watching my camera person, and she's kind of checking out the environment, but very calm, right? So with her, I'm just going to have the whip on standby. I don't typically need it. But the carrots, there's two ways to give positive reinforcement. So now that I've approached the trailer, her neck went up a tiny bit, but she still has very calm energy. She's still pretty focused. As I go and take the butt bar down, right? I want to make noise. I don't want to be careful. I want to see how they do. And then the two ways to give positive reinforcement are pausing and treats. So pausing is just a way to take the pressure off the horse and give them some thinking time. If they start to go into the posture of fight and flight, short neck, high head, anxious energy, tension, moving their feet too much, she's really pretty calm. She's mostly interested in the carrots I have going on here. So I'm not going to need a lot of treats, but the first thing I want to test is if I'm going to use positive reinforcement to get her in the trailer, does she choose, with no pressure on the halter or lead rope, does she choose to come forward in order to get the treat? If she won't do that, like that was just perfect, right? She kind of reached forward, she stepped forward to get the treat. If they won't do that, if the treats aren't working, then you probably don't have a confident horse. You probably have a horse that's afraid of the trailer. Once they're not afraid of the trailer, food works really well. So with zero pressure on the lead rope, I want her to just step in order to get the treat. So she's kind of checking out the trailer, she's kind of looking around, but I'm just standing here with a piece of carrot, and I want her to put herself in the trailer in order to get the treat. She's kind of reaching for it with her neck. Good girl. Then she checks out the trailer. She takes her time, but the carrot's just out of reach. She has to take another step in order to get the carrot. If she's unsure about the trailer, she might have to think about this for a while. The carrot might not be enough motivation to get her in the trailer. Here you go. So I just wait, I let her work on it. And I need her to load herself in order to get the carrot. So now I've got 4 feet on the ramp. That's pretty good. And I think of trailer loading sort of every little inch from nose to tail might need some time to build confidence. And this particular trailer, I have an escape door. So once I get back here to the chest bar, I can go under the chest bar and out the door. But I want her to put herself in order to get the food. I'm not putting any pressure on the halter or lead rope at all. I'm just showing her the carrot, letting her smell it, and she's got to put herself in the trailer. If she backs out, that tells me she's not confident and the food won't really work. So like that, if she took a back step, that's her working on her confidence. So loading and unloading are always done at the same time. I'm not putting any pressure on the lead rope or the halter to ask her to come in the trailer. I know, that's a big piece. There we go. And that step she took a little more readily. So now I'm just gonna come under the chest bar and she comes all the way in. So I'm also not gonna tie her here. I'm just gonna run the lead rope over the chest bar. You're a good girl. I'm gonna give her another carrot. And without tying her in, I'm gonna test and see, is she perfectly happy to stay in, right? Then I'm going to make some noise with the butt bar, and they always poop when they get in the trailer, always. Right, so now I'm going to put the butt bar up, and then I'm going to go back and tie her head in and give her another carrot. Oh, good girl. Right? Excellent. So she's just as calm and wants her bite of carrot. She's old, she doesn't have a lot of teeth, so she needs little pieces. Good girl. Then when I'm gonna unload the horse, I'm gonna unsnap the head first. If my horse is gonna try to turn around in the trailer, then I'm gonna use an extra long rope where I could hang on to the horse's head while I open the butt bar. This rope is not quite long enough. If my horse couldn't stay in the trailer, then instead of tying the head, and as soon as I untie the head, if they're immediately backing up or trying to turn, I need to hang on to the lead rope myself. So if the horse is very, very calm, I can undo the lead rope, leave it there, come back around, undo the butt bar, and then I can ask her to back out. If she tries to turn or doesn't back out, I can come back in here to her head and ask her to back straight out. Very good. So the key to this, the key to all of this is the horse being in the correct nervous system. If the horse is in the fight-flight nervous system, they're not going to be food motivated. The food is that's a huge piece. The food is the exclamation point once they already feel safe, right? If they don't feel safe going in the trailer, then the food is not a great motivator, right? They only care about food after they feel safe. So the food is a good incentive, but if they're not in the rest and digest nervous system, if they're not long through the neck with very calm energy, then they're not going to go in the trailer. So that's how I would slowly teach them, using positive reinforcement, going really slow, offering treats to see if they'll go in the trailer. Eventually, the food shouldn't matter, and she's just confident enough, no sneaking out. In you go. That if I throw the lead rope over her back, she should go in. And she's given me a little bit of trouble, which is fine. but she's not super excited, so I'm giving her a little lead forward and a little tap that says go forward. And this is how, if I needed a whip, this is how I would use the whip. If I wanted to load from the outside, there where she turns away from the trailer, she's not putting her brain in the trailer. So the first thing I need is her brain in the trailer, which means she's looking inside and she's calm. Then whenever she tries to go in, I can pause. Right? Once she drops her head and relaxes, I can ask for another step. If she's trying, if she's sniffing, if she's moving, if she moves backwards, I don't give her any resistance or any pressure. We just try it again. Good girl. So if she's not confident, she's going to back up a lot. But I'm practicing unloading at the same time I'm practicing loading. If she's not relaxed, if she's not confident, or because I have no food in the trailer, she doesn't really feel like going in. So I just ask her to work on it. I've got to get the brain in the trailer first, then I've got to get the nose in the trailer, then the head in the trailer, then the neck in the trailer, then the front feet, then the middle, and then the hind feet. Keep her brain in the trailer. Even if she backs up, I'm going to keep asking her to think about getting in the trailer. Good girl. Every time she backs up, no pressure. Try it again. Good. Keep your brain in the trailer. I know I don't have carrots. Good girl. So she does much better if I go in ahead of her. But if that's not possible, I need her to get in this way too. Hang on. And I'm just going to throw a carrot in there. So that there's some motivation. Come on. Come on. Okay, so with enough food motivation, enough practice, in an absence of fear, the main issue with trailer accidents or trouble with trailer loading is that when the horses start to become afraid, we keep pushing. So if we just pause when they're showing resistance and we take our time, they can become pretty good at trailer loading, right? So then if I want to put her out from the outside, if she's very positive to the trailer and knows she's going to get a treat, then I can use maybe the whip as a little bit of a pushing tool and ask her just to go in, right? And she should stay in there long enough that I can come around and give lots of treats. Yes. Good girl. Yep. And then the unloading, she's waiting for me to come back here. The other thing I want to test, if she's sort of at the edge here and they step back, before I put the butt bar up, I want to make sure they can do that. From a light little tap, they don't just blow out the back of the trailer. Then I know it's safe to start putting the butt bar up. I also never want to be here putting up the butt bar. I always want to be off to the side in case they try to blow through it before I get the butt bar secure, right? And if I drop the butt bar, I want to be one side or the other. I do not want to be directly behind the horse because some of them can come out pretty fast and hard. So if it's okay for her to come out, I can rub her instead of tap her. Good girl. And let her find her way out. Excellent. So she hasn't trailer loaded in years, but because she was confident learning to trailer loading, it didn't take long to lead her in the trailer, her putting herself in to get a treat, and then just sort of throwing the lead rope over, giving her a little bit of guidance so she knows what I want, and her putting herself in the trailer. That's a very confident horse. And even being untied, if I ask her to step up a little further, there, I have plenty of room to put up the butt bar. She waits quietly. I better give her a treat because that's her paycheck for doing such a good job. There you go. Then, if I want to ask her to unload, I give her a little rub, let her know it's okay to come out, and I catch the lead rope on the way out. Good girl. So no matter how long it takes to get a horse that confident with the trailer, using treats, using pausing, breaking it into a lot of steps, even though she hasn't loaded for a while, I was very confident that she would do a good job because all of her trailer loading experience, as much as possible, has been taking the time so that there's no fear associated with the trailer. No horse likes getting in a single load by themselves, a confined space. It's not natural to horses to do that. So of course they're going to hesitate. Of course they need to inspect it. Of course they need to trust you in order to put themselves in that tight of a space. So the longer the neck, the lower the head, the more they're out of fear. And that's when treats are going to work the best.